Okay, I'm Lorentzen, the FPVguy, and I'm at the CES show in Las Vegas for the 2016 CES. And I'm here today with Trent from Yuneec. And Trent is one of the product managers for the new hexacopter from Yuneec that's quite frankly is revolutionizing the industry. After Intel soaked a ton of money into Yuneec, they're turning around and creating really, really compelling technology. Trent, tell me about it. I know we had got one here. Let's grab it real quickly.
Yes.
Next time back.
And let's see what we got. Why don't you show and tell?
Yes. The first thing you're going to notice on this aircraft is that it's got 6 rotors. Now, I know we were talking a little bit earlier. 6 rotors is something that we haven't really seen in a consumer level drone.
Right.
And so what this offers is redundancy. So
Tons of companies have told me about redundancy. You're bullshitting me here.
None of that.
So you're going to do this thing, it's going to start spinning around like crazy?
No. So the opposite motor will actually counter the loss of lift on the other side by spinning 3 times in one direction, 3 times in the opposite direction, and it will fly as if you did not break a motor.
So wow, so this is what we're talking about here. We're talking real serious computing power.
Exactly.
So if this prop disappeared, what's going to happen is this prop here is going to do 3 loops, then it's going to go 3 times this way, 3 times this way, and it's going to give the lift and the behavior that we would have with 2 propellers, but from 1 motor.
Correct.
I'm guessing that's going to be a very warm motor when we land.
Yes, most likely.
But it's going to save the aircraft.
Yes, and you're going to get it back, and you're going to get it fixed. With these 6 arms though, some people say, maybe this is a little too big. So when you want to fold this down, you want to take it into your backpack, you just press and fold these down. Very easy to do.
So that's just like a push and fold.
Yes.
That's incredibly easy.
Exactly. And so this will, once you fold all these down, remove the props, it will fit into a included backpack case.
So I don't have to go buy a new backpack.
You don't have to go buy a new backpack. You don't have to retrofit one out. It comes with it, and you're ready to go out hiking. And I think besides the drone, let's look at the controller. It accents this guy perfectly.
I'm in love with this thing already. Now, and I know there's more things, there's so much technology in this thing.
Let's show this part right in the front here. This bar right here is Intel RealSense. And so what this does...
So that's essentially a game controller, multi-V?
Yes,
okay.
Essentially. It's like an Xbox Kinect.
What does it do?
And so it's sensing the environment to make sure that the drone isn't going to collide with anything that might show up in its path. So at the Intel keynote, they simulated a bike rider going through a course, and they made a tree fall down. Wasn't planned, wasn't anything, and the Intel RealSense stopped, went around the tree, and continued following the rider.
But I see you also have ultrasound here.
Also, yes.
So ultrasound is working, of course, in 3 to 4 feet.
Correct.
This thing works much further out.
Yes, and what the difference is with the ultrasonic, that will be shipping in all units, and the Intel RealSense will be an aftermarket accessory.
So let's address that real quickly, because I know we talked to some of the salespeople about prices, and for the $1,700, was that $1,799?
$1,799, correct.
$1,800 common people like me.
Yes.
And so for $1,800 we get the unit, the controller, and that's
That controller is the ST16. You might look like our ST24, which comes with our H920, but we made it in a nice black configuration. Removed some switches to make it a little more easier for the consumer to know what is what.
Can I have gold trim on the switches?
If you like.
But so the $1,800, what we're looking at is the controller. By the way, that controller has HDMI out. You can go on a big screen for your customers, or somebody like me would probably put the HDMI on my Fat Shark goggles.
That would be very, very immersive. Yeah. And even for dual operator. So if you have a second
Can I put head tracking from my Fat Sharks to that?
Not on the Fat Sharks.
Oh. So we'll have to work on that. But so the $1,800, I keep tracking myself. We have the radio, we have the kit, we've got 2 batteries, and we've got the backpack.
Correct.
Which is really, one of the things I really like with Yuneec is all the Yuneec kits include 2 batteries. Yes. So you're actually ready to go fly when you get the battery. So the other feature that's worth noticing, the one we have here is not a production unit. But on the production unit, these props are going to be push and twist to remove. So that's going to be really easy to break down.
Super easy, super quick, and there's no way that you can put the wrong prop on the wrong motor. We've engineered it so that, if you don't know, when you put on the props, it won't go on the wrong motor, causing a problem with your flight control.
Now, one of the things I liked is some people were standing around here commenting how flimsy the legs are, and I was like, normally most of the factories will make these legs as big as my thumb, meaning when you crash or you land hard, you're going to break the part up here. I actually really like that these legs were meant to break before we break the aircraft.
Honestly,
looking at the top, what are we looking at here? Is this a dual GPS or a regular GPS?
this is a single GPS, and that's in the aircraft. We also have a GPS unit inside of the remote controller. So if you're in follow me mode, it will actually follow the remote controller, or orbit mode, you'll be able to move while it's orbiting you.
So while we're talking about modes, you were mentioning your cable cam a little while ago.
Yes.
Talk to me. I remember I was really impressed, but I didn't get all the details.
Yes, so the curved cable cam mode, you fly the drone to where you want it to go, and you press record. It will record the GPS position, the heading of the aircraft, and where the gimbal is pointing. And you can set almost an unlimited amount of numbers. We've tested up to 50 different points, and you can change altitude, you can change direction, you can do anything you want, and the aircraft will go and execute that mission.
So I can kind of walk myself through some really sexy shot. Come here, go through the gate, do a up and over, turn right.
Correct.
Record, and then hit the play button.
And hit the play button, correct. Aside from just the curved cable cam mode, we've got a journey mode, which is kind of like a selfie mode. We've got a orbit mode and a point of interest mode. So the point of interest, you will fly over the point that you're interested in, record that as a center point, and then pull back to the distance you want to rotate around that object.
So this is, now how hard is it to fly this?
Anyone who hasn't flown a drone before can fly this in about 5 or 10 minutes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Now, what camera are we looking at here?
This is the Seago 3 Plus. It's the same camera that was on the Q500 4K, except we've put a slip ring onto the yaw axis, so you can infinitely twist the camera as much as you need to get the shots.
So in other words, on my Inspire right now, I can go a time and a half and it stops.
Correct.
Here, the camera operator, I can just forget about it, whatever he's doing, I just keep flying.
That is correct.
Why does nobody else put a slip ring on there?
No, don't know.
So it's basically the 4K camera we already used to, but with all day long panning, which I know a ton of people have been asking about.
Yes.
So I guess the last detail we should be looking at here, what kind of battery are we using?
So this is a 5400 milliamp 4-cell LiPo battery.
4-cell this time?
4-cell, yes. So our Q500 was actually 3-cell, and this guy is 4-cell. We wanted to give it a little more extra power so that if you needed it, it was there. And we got an awesome charger for this too. It's a little base station. Push it in,
nice.
And very easy. And it's got a USB port actually to charge the remote as well off of the charger.
And I got to tell you, one of the things I was noticing when Jeff was flying this earlier today, I was standing watching, and if you have ever seen a Yuneec Q500 fly, you'll notice it's whisper quiet. It's almost underpowered. When you see this thing fly, it rips. You can hear the motors literally rip into the air, and you can feel the airstream. So you have a lot more power, which means you can go faster, and you're not going to crash it if you run into turbulence.
Absolutely.
Well, you know, Trent, I think we really covered most of this, and I really want to thank you for your time. We're going to be covering a lot of other things from CES the next couple of days, so stay tuned. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and also look at FPVguy.com to see more about this, and check out carolinadrones.com to get pricing and details for when this is going to be ready. So stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next video.